Hey there, chart friends. Lamont here from Chart Guys, checking in on the electric vehicles and plug. All right, so just want to start today on the weekly time frame because wait, I guess we could start on the monthly too. My point really is just that there really hasn't been any meaningful consolidation on the longer term charts in quite a while. There really hasn't been a monthly high or low since 7010. And the last weekly high or low was 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, at 379.11. So, typically what happens when you have all of these people continuing to pile in long without consolidation is you have a lot of short-term traders here that are, they're more like momentum traders, right? They're not interested here because the momentum wasn't there, right? They don't may not necessarily play consolidation. Maybe they're more like break style players. And so if that is the case, and you can guarantee that they are there, what typically happens is, all right, think about it, right? So if you long here and your stop is there, you're fine here, right? And then someone else longs there and your stop is there. Someone else longs here, their stop is there. Someone else longs here, their stop is there. And so you have all these stops just kind of building up under these daily candles, right? And so you can call those essentially they're old transactions, right? They're transactions that have been there already and are just kind of sitting there. And so if sellers enter the market and start triggering them, essentially what you have are new sellers meeting old sellers, the stop losses. So, when that happens, what you get is a liquidity break. Okay. And that's not a bad thing, right? You want liquidity breaks, right? You want consolidation. And you could argue that that's essentially what happened today on SPY. Right? So you had all of these people here on this entire move here, right? You had a bunch of people entering long without with stops like under, right? And so when this occurs, everybody with stop losses under this day, with this day, this day, this day, anybody who was looking for that gap, even if you were early, right, you probably got some stops triggered today. Okay. And so just want to be mindful of that, right? Just be mindful that there just hasn't been a lot of consolidation on these larger term charts, time frame charts. So if we get a day, like let's say we open up tomorrow and it's a big volume bear move, that could be the beginning of this weekly move for consolidation. Okay, so just be mindful. The daily is now, I think, flirting with overbought conditions. Weekly is still overbought. The daily is overbought too, but of course we're an all-time high, so we care a little bit less about it. And it looks like this divergence, this potential divergence, I should say, just got negated. So not terribly concerned with RSI at this moment. I am watching this channel though, right? Because if you look back, we had a 1, 2, really just 2 touches, I guess. 2 really clean touches on the resistance line, but the channel seems good to me, right? Using these pivots, you get these nice median line hits here, right? Median, whenever the median line is just very, it's very active, it's very meaningful. It just for me, it adds a lot of confidence to the channel, right? And then you can see here the standard deviation band is acting as resistance. So anyway, if we were to not consolidate on the daily time frame and just keep pushing up, I would be more interested in potentially scaling short here. Ideally, we'll have 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily overbought all at the same time while testing up here, and then that would be an ideal short. Just knowing that it's not ideal in the sense that it's a blue sky bull, right? Other than that, okay. So I mean, this is really the only time that this is really the only way I should say that I like to short all-time high bulls is when I have some kind of projection tool, even if it's just a trend line, which really essentially that's all this is, right? Even if it's just a trend line or channel, and then also the RSI extension, right? That's really it. Oh, and of course the knowing that there just hasn't been any consolidation, right, for a long time. And so you can see I'm looking for this weekly high or low. If we were to break down, if we were to see like a liquidity break here, which not for sure, but it would, I imagine that it would be likely for it to occur under 654. Like if tomorrow we were to break this low, I wouldn't be surprised if we were to come down and test like the mid-range of this candle, setting up for a potential weekly consolidation. Okay, and if that is the case, then I'm interested over here where the median line is. This previous highest close on the daily time frame is right here. Median line, like I said, and so yeah, I'm looking for that potential to occur. All right. So now that I've talked your ear off about this, let's check the daily chart. Daily chart, I don't know. I don't love this as a little higher low, so I would just consider this one big move up. I mean, certainly it is a higher low. It's just I don't know. It's not. I just like them to be more meaningful than that. Okay. So let's check the hourly trend. Hourly trend is still fine. All right. We had a gap up open today, sold off in the morning, and then we just EQ'd. Hourly EQ'd into the PM session, and considering what the overall market was doing, Tesla still seems relatively strong, right? If we compare to QQQ, the sell-off was far more extreme. Okay. Anyway, so just watching the break of this EQ now, there is the potential for this higher low to be set here if we can break this EQ bullish over 73649. And that would also be an hourly trend change. Okay, so if the bulls can defend this low of 72428 and break over 73649, they'll change that hourly trend. And we're just looking for more daily bounce continuation in that case, right? However, if the bears are able to show up tomorrow, defend 73649 and break 71803, they'll confirm an hourly downtrend. And then we'll be looking for that daily higher low. And again, for me, anything over 61423 will be that daily higher low. That's the level I care about the most. And if scouting, I would probably start looking here. And let me just make sure the hourly would be oversold. It would be roughly, because it's going to move up a little bit if we start coming down here. So for now, something very loose. It's going to take probably a few days to set up. If it were to come all the way down here. I'm not saying it will. I don't know what it does. I only know what I would do if it does a certain thing. That's it. All right. So just something like that. And yeah, something like that. All right. And then, like I said, for that short, I would be looking closer to the channel res, somewhere up here. Okay. I would be looking like up here somewhere. If we get a big push into it, that would be great. Like it would be great if we could just keep continuing up like this, because like I said, the more that we go up without any consolidation, the more interested I am in that short. All right. Okay, so NIO on the daily time frame, seeing a super strong day today. Amazing. Nice strong day today after setting this daily higher low here, breaking to higher highs. The really only major resistances we're looking at now are 55.55 and then all-time high resistance of 57.20. You can see we're coming back to backtest this previous channel support line again. And it was just drawn off this pivot and that pivot. Okay. And so what I like to do with the channels is I'll mark them off and I'll use them as structure for as long as possible. And then if price breaks out of the channel, then I will make plays off of it, ideally with price action support as well. That's what this short over there was. And so now there's the potential that price can get back into the channel. And if price does get back into the channel, that's a situation then when I would just draw the channel out then. Okay, so basically if it cannot, then I would extend this channel, right? Because this channel offered good guidance for us on the way down, right? After these three pivots were established, we at least had a median line and resistance line to be mindful of, right? And so, for example, as soon as we see this nice strong close above, we are a little skeptical of bears, right? I mean, yeah. All right, so no daily higher lows since 42.23. Hourly trend is still very strong. Bulls have set an hourly higher low here at 51.55, which they will want to hold tomorrow and break over 54.45 to see some more daily bounce continuation. And we'll just keep our eyes open on this, again, this channel support now acting as resistance. If bears can show up, defend this high at 54.45 and break to a lower low under 51.55, they'll confirm that hourly downtrend and have bulls scouting for that daily higher low. Again, anything over 42.23 will be one, and that's really the next trade that I care about. I want to look for that daily higher low. All right, so I know that there are a bunch of tops put in over here, right? One, yeah, it's a very contentious level here, I would say. Now the hourly would not be oversold, but the 15-minute likely would be. Yeah. So I probably it's a little more aggressive, not having the hourly oversold conditions, but it's such a strong name, and I bet if we were to backtest that channel, we would at least see some initial bounce. I like something like that for now. If we were to see lower, and I don't hate a short. You know, it's the potential of us just staying in range and chopping about sideways is definitely there. You know, we could be doing like one of these Tesla EQs like that, right? Or like that one. All right. So I don't hate it, especially if we can get hourly overbought. You know, there's only so many res levels here. Oops. Just gonna use the line. All right, there's only so many res levels here, so if we can get hourly overbought conditions into there, into both the channel and the all-time high resistance, I don't hate it. It's a little bold, right? Because again, you know you're shorting a blue sky bull, but you know I'm not like you should never do a thing, right? And then let's say we're looking just for a target like that. Okay, and that would just be literally back to the daily EMA, a very reasonable target for that potential short. Okay, workhorse, sweet. I get that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, sweet. All right, so for workhorse, this like center line or whatever, the middle area of this wider range continues to act as support, and I believe on Thursday I moved this level down just to have it line up with hourly oversold conditions, which yep, it was just there when we kissed it. So this is set up for 27, that's why it's not showing up here. Anyway, so yeah, plenty of space for a chop and stop situation. You know, if you play this, even if I just got one fill, I always take profit to protect. And so if you did that, now you're very comfortable in that potential swing. And you know, I don't know if it can get all the way back there to the upside. It's certainly possible, but I'm fairly confident that it can come up here and test these ranges at least. Like whenever we're chopping about and going sideways, right? You can consider this whole thing, this whole structure here, essentially sideways, right? And if that's the case, then I think coming up to test like the upper range and not even all the way up there is fairly reasonable. And that's why that target is there, I believe. I think it was also based off this low here. Right? I'm thinking it's probably not going to get up there. It could, but you know, I would feel better about taking profit off sooner. And you know, the RR on this is phenomenal, right? If you just got that one fill. So who cares? Alrighty, so the hourly trend has changed to the bulls, so we can say that this daily low is likely put in. And we're just looking up at daily resistance now of 24.54. And whenever we pull back, this is enough space that you know the bulls could anticipate an hourly higher low. So tomorrow that'll be on deck, and you just want to make sure that you're playing in 5-minute oversold. So it would be somewhere around there, I think, roughly. Looking for that hourly higher low for WKHS. I just wanted to take note that planning these kinds of trades, the hourly higher low trades, are a bit trickier the day before because the pre-market data can really change that setup. All right, so essentially you have the same RR trade on this, but it's a smaller risk, and so you can actually size up on this one if you were so inclined. So that being said, though, you know we are range bound. You know, of course, no trade is risk free, right? So you know you don't have to hit hourly higher low. So just be mindful. For example, like in this consolidation structure, there are some fake outs, I believe, like here, right? You get this trend change into a bounce, trend change into a bounce. Yeah. And then this one too. Oop. All right. XPEV. Oh, another one. Not bad. Oh no. I think this was drawn for my wife. Take profit. And she is not here with me today. So I hope I hope you did that. Anyway, this short also played out okay. Just a recap, we were just looking at these previous resistances on the daily time frame. Just this little pivot, this little lower high here. It's not a terribly meaningful one, but there was a lot of congestion here. So just kind of a loose, rough level. Anyway, it's just hourly overbought into this chop area here was the trade setup. Worked out okay. However, the bulls are just looking to set another hourly higher low. Anything over 42.27 will be one. And on the daily time frame, bounced right off the lows, potentially setting a lower high here under 48.70. And we just need to see the hourly trend change to confirm that. So tomorrow, if the bulls can show up and defend 47.69, they have the bears, they have a lot of space to do so. So an hourly lower high is very likely. If they are able to show up and defend 47.69 and then break to lower lows under 43.48, we will be looking for a daily higher low over 37.50, just being considerate of the fact that the trend is bearish. Okay, so no confirmed weekly downtrend though, and we are holding the weekly 8 EMA, and I believe we've popped over the daily 8 EMA. Okay, so bulls are essentially playing defense here. If the bulls show up tomorrow, defend this low of 43.48, break to higher highs over 47.69, then we'll see some more daily bounce follow through, and we'll scout that weekly lower high under 74.49. And finally, plug. Okay, so it looks like those Thursday levels were good. I don't know if they were good yet, but into our zone of interest shared on Thursday, bounce from there. Not a lot of space to take profit. 2%, that's good enough, but not a lot of space to take profit, so a little sketch. But the second fill, you can see, even if you left this trade on, it would be oversold again by the time we come to the second fill. So I don't even think I would touch this, honestly. I think this trade is still live. It's still viable. Something similar like that. I think Tesla? No. Okay, like NIO here, right? So I think we had a box here. I forget. Either way, you can see, if we had the box set up like this, looking for that daily higher low, I'm pretty sure we did. Oh no, I had a short here down to here. I should have been paying attention for the daily too, though. Anyway, yeah, if we had our box set up like this, looking for that daily higher low, totally reasonable. You don't have to adjust it because the next time that fill comes around, then the hourly will be oversold again. Okay, so that's kind of what we have here going on plug, right? It just kissed oversold, bounced, and then if it were to come down here, I still like this trade because we are just looking for that. Oh, just kidding, we are not. Why is this zone set up like this? We are not looking for a daily higher low. I mean, we were. All right, so the potential of weekly consolidation is on deck here. The bulls just barely saved it today by defending this low to prevent the daily trend change. There was also a median line test of this channel. It's going to kill some of these yellow lines. And also, it was a previous resistance line now acting as support. So if bears take this 30.84 level, they'll confirm that daily downtrend, and we'll be looking for that weekly higher low with anything over 22.25 being one. But bulls showed up to play defense today. I still think it's fine, honestly. Just make sure that you chop and stop. That's really what it is, right? If you enter with the chop and stop approach, where you enter on extreme extension and then you always chop up for some partial profit, then these kinds of plays it's all good in my opinion, because you'll be protected. Even if we see more downside, if you are chopping it up and stopping out the other half, if there's more downside, then you're fine. I don't know why I had it set up like this, honestly, because we're not really looking for a daily higher low off of that. Very interesting. Why did I do this? Oh, it's because of this previous top. Okay, I see. Yeah, I still feel fine about this, even though, just being mindful that if we were to break down lower, that daily trend changes there. All right. All right, so I think that about covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.